Hello and welcome, Reds. Welcome to Anfield Road TV. It's me, Kev, and of course Dave. Obviously, if new viewers of the channel, the absolute bloody legend, me mate, me best mate on YouTube. I'm pretty sure, Kev, you said in the past that you'll watch me and Dave doing the videos, but I get straight to Dave. Been a while, mate. Hope you're keeping well.
It's been about an hour.
Yeah, been an hour on your show.
It's been about an hour. It's been a while since I've been on your show, Kev, there as well. But I mean, look, I'm getting back into it. The voice is nearly gone. I'll give you a good 20 minutes if I can, but my voice is nearly gone. It's nearly Christmas. Liverpool are top of the league. What better way? You know,
Happy days.
Monday night. I don't like Mondays, but I like this Monday, baby.
Yeah, enjoy it, mate. And Kev as well. Massive thank you for coming on. Absolute legend. We've got plenty to go through this evening. So for any audio listeners on Spotify or whatnot, do drop us a follow, do drop us a review if you want as well. Massively does help out the channel. If you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, drop a follow, drop a subscribe, and drop a like on the video. Massively helps out. And make sure you do head over to Spider LFC on YouTube and all social media platforms. And obviously Dave LFC on all social media platforms as well. Tonight's proceedings will go as follows. We'll speak about the stand, obviously the test event that has happened this evening. There's a little funny quote that we'll speak about in a sec that Jurgen about certain players. Palhinha or any potential new signings in January. If there's any Liverpool fans watching or listening this evening, please do let us know, because I think Liverpool, come what January, if we are still top of the league, as we were speaking with Dave an hour ago, it puts Liverpool in such a powerful position, and it would send shockwaves around Europe if Liverpool went out and spent quite a fair bit of money as well. We've got £100 million chilling in the kitty currently, and of course Royal Saint Gilloise, the Belgium side, obviously, that we will be facing on Thursday. But Kev, we'll get straight into the first talking point, but big up chat as well. If you are new around here, hit that subscribe button down below. For all the viewers that are watching live, I will shout you out now. Press, big up there, mate. Massive thank you for coming in. Tom, how are we, mate? Good evening. Doug, massive thank you for that message, mate. You're an absolute legend. And obviously Barry as well. Barry Sweeney, obviously coming all the way from Dave's channel. Absolute legend. Hope you're well, mate. And thank you for tuning in this evening. Back again, lads. Can we hit 8 on Sunday? Hopefully, mate, and we'll speak about that in tonight's episode. But Kev, we'll get straight into it. We'll talk about the stand. It's going to be absolutely fantastic by the looks of it. Me and Dave were speaking about it a bit before. Obviously, 57,000 by the looks of it against Manchester United at the end of the weekend. Happy? How important do you think that will play? Do you anticipate it to have an impact on the Anfield atmosphere?
Oh yeah, of course, man. It's going to lift. You know, you're going to get a lot of people in that stand as well. It's not really, it's not really your corporate type box. You know, there's half the stand is pretty much the new parts are already extra season tickets. You know, there's only a handful gone in there of the corporate seats. So you're going to get an extra atmosphere. And Anfield Road is, in that end, it's always had a good atmosphere anyway. You know, even in previous. So I know it's always about the cop and stuff like that. But I've been in Anfield Road plenty of times, and the atmosphere has been great there. You know, so it's it can only help the atmosphere, but it can only help as well of us being on top of the league, and Man United being in the mud. So it helps.
Happy days, mate. And for anyone tuning in that's missed the news tonight, obviously I did get an email. Very fortunate. I would have went, but obviously my chest isn't the best at the minute, so I did make it a pass. But there's plenty of people that went to Anfield this evening to test the Anfield Road opening night. And there was a little quote from, obviously, Jurgen Klopp this evening. If you haven't got socials, he was quite asked, I was doing an interview with, obviously, a Q&A at the event as well. And he basically joked and said, my God, thankfully we didn't sign the midfielder that we more or less were linked to in terms of Caicedo. Basically, quote saying, we saved quite a lot of money and just laughed. And it was a good one. We know Jurgen's got a good sense of humour, and he said that it's going to be all over the papers this evening. We're speaking about it tonight, but in the morning, it'll be like, oh, Klopp's slagging off Caicedo. But it's we did get lucky, in all honesty, especially if anyone's seen his highlights for Chelsea. And with the event this evening, obviously testing the turnstiles, testing the facilities as well, toilets and everything within that, and obviously the safety certificate, hopefully will get granted this evening. And it will obviously progress the formalities really and allow Liverpool to have 57,000. Dave, it's about time Anfield did start expanding. For the money wise, financially, it's going to allow FSG and the football club to have a lot more money in terms of recruitments and all that. But how much do you reckon that we will see of this new money, or just your thoughts on the new stand, mate?
Look, more the merrier. The more Reds we have in shouting on the team, the better. Obviously, we were talking earlier on my channel a few hours ago. You were talking a bit about the atmosphere hasn't been at the level that you would expect on, say, a European night. Obviously a Champions League or even a Europa League night at Anfield. It's a special night. But we need to get that special. I'm sure it'll be rocking against United. I can't see it any other way on Sunday. I mean, it's United. Even though United are absolutely in the mud, Ten Hag, they're all over the shop. We could really put a nail in their bloody coffin, Ten Hag's coffin, to be honest, on Sunday if we absolutely hammered them or beat them badly. I'm not saying 7-0 again, but whatever, even 3-4, 5-0. I mean, it really could destroy them. But it's a game. It's a Northwest Derby. We've got to turn up for it. But if the crowd can get behind the club, and I think they will, as I said, hopefully 57, something like that, if it gets the cert, which tonight I presume it will get that cert, and it'll be 61 plus in January. But look, it's more money for the club. It's more, more exposure. It's everything. It's hard to get tickets to get into the ground. That's what everybody just be giving out about. They can't get tickets, can't get into the ground. There will be corporate, of course, involved and all that type of thing. But that's what it is for the club. That's how the club makes money. That's how the club buys players. That's how it progresses. So I want a good atmosphere against United the weekend, but I think they're nearly guaranteed in 4 or 5 big games. They're always guaranteed a good atmosphere. I'd love to be at that game. What a game to be at that would be.
Yeah, and Kev,
what a game.
You got the unlucky draw, didn't you, this season? Obviously, Kev's in a pool, obviously with the seats, and you pass up the opportunity to go on the final day of the season to actually notice.
I did. I didn't realize because we were doing the thing and we were doing the picks, and I didn't know because I was just thinking, okay, which suits my dates and which I'm off, and in between my window of thing, and I forgot about going to Wolves, and Decky took that one, so. But I'm still going to go to Wolves anyway. I'm still going to go to the game, just not in my seats.
Yeah, happy days, lad. Happy days. Smash it. I like Reds as well. If you can do that, massively does help it out, especially getting the notifications out as well. Press has gone with already got a score prediction in. You'll love to see it. Press, I'll be asking for that score prediction a couple of times this week. Obviously to build up this to the big game, biggest Premier League game, one of the biggest games, well, if not in the top 3 of biggest games in the whole of Europe, in all honesty. Liverpool 4, Manchester United 0 Sunday, I am saying. That's some press. Obviously lucky. Don't forget this, people used to win the Prems in the 90s and 10s. That's where in the muds. Some have been enjoying these 10 years of downfall. Up to Reds, up to mighty Reds. Big up there, lucky as well. Evening chaps, evening Panov as well. In relation to the final closing point, lads, as well, got to you, Kev. I'm hoping with the 7,000 additional supporters, like 1,000 supporters, that we do see. You alluded to it, obviously, Annie Road usually stereotypically it's had a good Anfield atmosphere. Are you hoping to see that improve? For me, I personally am, because you've been going to grounds as well a couple of times, Dave. I was speaking to Dave, but I'm hoping this is, and how important will an Anfield atmosphere play for Liverpool this season? I feel it's got a massive, massive part to play, the Anfield atmosphere. I spoke to Dave before. I said there's going to be games and there's going to be bumps in the roads at Anfield where we can't always play well, but I feel if the proper Anfield atmosphere is back this season, we win the league. What do you feel on that, mate? Kev?
Yeah, man. Look, I said at the start of the season, don't rule Liverpool out. I say, so when I seen us signing Szoboszlai, and McAllister's a great player and he's a great anchor, and he has played out of position all season, so don't rule out these two boys like creating mayhem going forward. If I know Wataru didn't have the greatest game against Palace, it's one thing turning up for a couple of games in the last few weeks and being really, really good, but then going away to Palace, it's a tough place to go to. It's a small pitch, they noticed straight away that they had to close down Wataru to not give him much space, and then that didn't create anything going out wide to the lads. So Klopp made the right call in changing him up. But and a slightly bigger pitch like Anfield and other pitches, you know, he'd have the freedom to do what he normally does, and you know he can get across the park really well. But look, the atmosphere is for, especially for the new seats going in there, is going to, you know, it's only going to lift 7,000 people, man. It's a lot of noise, you know. And I know, as I said, we've three corporate seats there, but at the same time, that's us in those seats. We're going to be singing there. That means everybody else next to us is going to be singing, you know. So it's not, you know, and then the normal folks that are going to there with the normal season tickets they're definitely going to be singing, you know. So the atmosphere is going to be bigger. And I know it's been kind of downtrodden, but it was expected kind of last year with the drop off. But it's, you know, I always blame the copper side and the Kenny Dalglish side. They don't sing that much, you know. So
sandwich boys.
Yeah, they don't sing that much, and you know, some people have to kind of like point the finger at them and force them, and I mean, it's the right thing to do as well. You know, if I'm in the stadium, I'm like, why aren't you singing? Why aren't you? And everybody should be doing that to everybody else that's not singing. Like, you know, you're not there to watch the telly, like, you know, you're there to scream and shout and support the team, and it's only right. It's 7,000 extra Liverpoolians sitting in there, man, and is going to raise that roof. It's only be a good thing, yeah.
Yeah, 100%, mate. Obviously, chat, let us know if you're watching on the VP2, get involved. But we'll go straight into, obviously, the next points as well that we'll discuss. Obviously, with Jürgen speaking about Caicedo this evening, jokingly. Obviously, we all love Endo, and that's just not to say get rid of Endo. We love him, he does a job. But I think long-term, Dave, as well, we spoke on your show this evening. The link to Dave's episodes and channel is in the description, same with Kev's as well. So please do check it out. It was a good 45-minute talk. But Dave, I think probably all of us on the panel tonight and everyone watching, Liverpool, if we are 5-10 points clear in the Premier League this come January, I think past seasons, as we've discussed, Liverpool have very much missed the trick to very much solidify our place at top of the table and improve in a potential title chase or race or wherever. For me, we were linked this week. Probably not really, but with Palhinha, obviously the Fulham central defensive midfielder, 28 years old. There was reports this week coming out of Bayern Munich's camp saying that they didn't want to pursue the Portuguese midfielder. I think if he was to come in, I think he was one of the best players on the pitch when we played them last week anyway, when Fulham rocks up at Anfield. He's still got a lot of qualities, Dave. Do you anticipate, just firstly on Palhinha, would you like to have seen him come to Liverpool? And then obviously on the second point, really, would you anticipate Liverpool to very much be active in the transfer market? If so, where do you think?
Well, I don't know about January. January's a weird one, as we all know. Hackbo came in last January. That was out of the blue, out of the, you know, and what a signing he's turned out to be and will be for the club. It's always a catalyst, January. If you can get in the right player at the right time, in the right position, it can give you a huge boost going forward for the few months, the run in. Now, we have to see where players are, how bad Jota's injury is, how bad Matip's injury is. Looks like Matip's going to be a long one. Will we bring a centre-half in? Will we bring, like, Bajcetic, young Stefan Bajcetic? We don't know what the hell's going on there. He won't be rushed back because of he's still growing. Thiago, what's going on there? Will he be going to Saudi Arabia? Will he be staying till summer? I think, unless you know what's going on with all those players that are out injured, it's hard to know what you need to do to add. There was a lot of talk about that guy from Fluminense, Andre. Remember that guy? That seems to have died. I think Fulham were interested in him now, weren't they? Maybe Palhinha will come to Liverpool and Fulham will get your man from Fluminense. Maybe that's the trick. I do like your man from Fulham, though. He's a proper player. Okay, if Liverpool bring in a 6, it frees up McAllister.
Playing in his proper position.
McAllister, and we all know he's better going forward. That goal he got against, Fulham. That goal the other day that he got against Fulham, Jesus, that's what he can do. You know, he's been wasted. I know he's injured and there's a big chance he won't make the weekend, actually. Just heard tonight, there's a really big chance he won't make the weekend. And with Arsenal the following week, it's not worth rushing any players back this time. You know, any niggle, don't rush back. We should still be good enough to beat United if McAllister's there or not, really. But Palhinha, I don't know. Jack, it's a hard one to ask. I mean, will FSG, will they put money in the pocket in January? They've done it before. Remember Van Dijk? That under the Christmas tree? That was beautiful. Hackbo last year. Yeah, but what position? I'd have to see. I'd have to know. I'd have to be there in the medical room, knowing who's back, who's where. What gaps have we got? Centre half, possibly Matip's long term. A 6, yes, possibly, but I don't know. But if we can bring in the right player, it'll definitely give us a catalyst and give us a boost. Really will. As I said to you earlier, Jack, Jota's a huge loss. I want him back as soon as possible. Jota has got the lotta.
Happy days, mate. Chat, big up Paul, or anyone just tuning in this evening. How are we, mate? Yes, Paul. I think we've all said that. Who's Thiago? Well, it's the fella that's on 200 grand a week at Liverpool, and he's hardly even kicked the ball. Kev, obviously, with the absence of Thiago at the end of the season, there's a lot of wages there, a lot of saved money to come in the next couple of years. Off the back of what Dave's alluded to quite perfectly there, mate, would you like to see? Do you anticipate Liverpool to actually go in the market in January?
I think we need to if we want to be smart and stay ahead of City, because City are a second half team as well as us. We're probably, if you're going to count two teams in the league that will go on a drive for a second half of a season, it's Liverpool and City. Now we've been known to be probably better of the two driving on for the second half of a season, but not against. But okay, so in the time that we've done it, we were chasing City. When we got the better results for the second half of the season. When City have done it, they've done it against Arsenal. They haven't really done it against us, where they've taken over us and moved that way. We were always the kind of ones doing the chasing. Now, if we get ahead, you need to create that space between you and City. So you need to be winning every game. You need to also be able to have the bodies to do it. I mean, there's still the Europa League with those competitions. We're still in the cups, there's all of this to come ahead. So for me, I think we need I still think we need a DM. I don't think Bajcetic is a DM. I think Bajcetic is more of a Thiago type player. I think that he's better suited as an anchor, and he can track back and cover a DM. But Bajcetic will come in games, and it's hard to see where he actually gets a lot of game time now, especially with Gravenberch coming in, especially with Gakpo on that side. I'd love to see Paulinho coming in. I mean, we have to start kind of get this out of our mindset now. Footballers these days have a longer lasting lifespan in the game. Just look at your Milners, look at your Salahs that are going to go forward. These guys, look at Ronaldo and Messi. Only guys that are really, really severely injury prone are the guys that kind of end their careers early or go elsewhere early. So for me, Paulinho, he's got a good injury record. He's only 28, which means he's at his peak. If you're buying in your defenders at peak, you could have him in the team for the next 6 years easily. At a comfort, you have fight with most of the contracts these days that Liverpool do are 6-year contracts anyway. So you could have him in there, and you could have him in there for the 5 years, as you said, and then maybe sell him on or see his career out. If you're a legend at Liverpool, you normally tend to see out your career at Liverpool. But yeah, look, I would do that.
That fell through in the last second in Bayern Munich.
That was him. That was him. Yeah, and we also look. What about a centre half? I think we'd be more likely to go for a centre half in the summer. I think Nat Phillips coming back might be that other person to fill in for Joel Matip coming in. He could just be another body on the bench. We also have Joe Gomez there, Kanate, who is very injury prone recently. Kwanzaa, he was unfortunate the other day with the thing. I love Kwanzaa. I think he's going to be a superstar for us, to be honest with you. I think we've already got that ready made. I think the focus should be on the DM. I think the January transfer window should be a point in time where where that can happen. And it wouldn't even surprise me if we went for another forward with Jota being out for a while. I know the lads are there to try it, but I don't know how much patience Klopp is going to have. He always has patience, don't get me wrong. But how much longer he can wait for somebody in the middle to start scoring goals like Nunes, or like Jota's not going to be that's missing goals already. Gakpo going through there tends to drop back a bit too deep for his liking, and he doesn't stay that forward. He's better when he comes in from the left and scores goals at the back post. So it wouldn't surprise me if he went for somebody up front. But we do need a DM, I think, in January.
The DM takes the shackles off the midfield.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the trick, yeah.
Yeah, 100%, boys. I think we are seeing a bit of that as well. How many times do we do podcasts, or you Liverpool fans around the world as well, chat? It's been to your mates or family members, like that midfield shocking, it's not pressing. And we know integral from a systematic point of view as well. You need that. I think if we can get a DM, very reminiscent of what Man United done with Van Persie as well. I think Fergie turned around and said, this man will just give him the ball and he'll win you a league. A DM could potentially win Liverpool, a proper DM Palhinha, as Kev alluded to, 28 years old, still a lot of games to play, or whoever it was. But hopefully, as Klopp's joking comments this evening saying that we were lucky and fortunate as a football club to not have bought Caicedo, but hence is football. And even if that gets you two £50 million players, then, and I do agree, lads, I think we can all agree as well, Chas, that we've got to be proactive. Keep on harping on about it. How many times have we sat at January window and we've been in title run-ins, or we've been 1 or 2 points away, and a quality signing can very much do that. But it's exciting. It's exciting times as well. Big up there, Callum. How are we, fella? Hope you're well. And as Barry's saying on the live tonight for the audio listeners, he's saying, I can't see FSG forking out 60 million on a 28-year-old, even though 28 is not old. Lol. Yeah, it's about the Palhinha.
It's not old. Believe me, it's not old.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So chat. I'm 28 anyway. It just, I think all of us, Joe, when we look at players, well, when we were younger, it's like, if you see a player breaking through at your age and you sat at home doing that, in your house, and you're like, come on. On another parallel universe.
But I mean, back in the 80s, Jack, and then when I started following football in the 80s, early 90s, you were over the hill at 32. I mean, they hadn't got the sports science, they hadn't got the nutrition, they hadn't got you'd go for points after the match, probably even before the match, having a smoke, sitting. This be Allison having a smoke on the bleeding post. I mean, it's a different level. They can go another 36 now, as Kev was saying, some even go up to 38. But I mean, realistically, they're right up to about 35, 36 now. There's an extra 4-year gap there where the sports science and just the nutrition and the whole shebang around them is just a totally different level now. You know what I mean?
100%, mate. Chat, it's great to actually see a couple of these arrive a bit late. Probably YouTube not sending out the notifications, but absolute legends. Hello, Gary's popped in as well. How are we, mate? Chat. Obviously, we'll go and make sure you do get your suggestions in if you are listening or what. Let us know who you'd like to see come into the football club in January. But we'll do plenty of shows in the next couple of weeks and months' time anyway in the build up. Well, yeah, it won't be too long before the window does open. What, 2-3 weeks? And then we're laughing and potentially could be there'll be shows. There'll be probably 3 shows every day anyway. I'll tell you that now. But obviously going into the big, well, I'd say it is still big. It's a European game. Royal Union St. Gilloise, obviously the Belgium side have completely butchered that. Kev.
USG.
Union St. Gilloise.
Gilloise. Kev, we're anticipating a lot of the youngsters playing. We were speaking today before. I don't want another Jota injury that we had a couple of seasons ago where he played in a not European game and gets in.
Canata did the same thing in pre-season as well. I don't want to see anybody but children in that game, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I want to see the under-9s playing in that game. I don't even want to see, you know what I mean? I don't want to see anybody from the first team playing in the game. I do the watch along. I'll be giving out stick if I see Alisson or Salah or any of the Salah will always want to start the game. It's like his choice. The boss says, "Do you want to play the game?" And Salah go, "Yeah."
I wouldn't even have him on the bus.
I wouldn't even have him on the bus. No, I would say no. I would put my foot down. You're not playing this time, buddy. We need you sharp and ready for Sunday. You leave Salah off for this week, and you leave him sharp and ready to go for Manchester United, and he'll be hungrier. So I think Klopp needs to put his foot down for that. I think you should see a lot of them. Kwanzaa should start. More likely, if he's going to start on the weekend, just to give him more game time. Probably one of the ones I would see starting there. I would have him and probably Joe Gomez starting in the centre-back positions. If you were going to do that, there's no real other guys you could put in there. I want to see Conor Bradley starting. I want to see, I want to see Ben Doak starting. Harvey Elliott should get a run out in this game as well. I know he's a first teamer as well, but he's not a starting first teamer. And I think he needs to get more starting places under his belt because at the moment he's becoming a bit of a David Fairclough, where he's more of a super sub than anything else, and he's getting stuck in that mold. And I know he doesn't want to be there, but that he's like Jota for me. He tends to play better when he comes off the bench. And so Jota's a goal scorer, he is, but he's more effective when he comes off the bench early on in the second half.
Nunez as well, Kev.
Nunez, no, I don't know about Nunez though, banging him in the, I mean, is Cade Gordon and all of these guys back? Are they named as part of the side? They're all under 21, right? So they can play.
I'd be bringing the academy boys, that's what I'd be bringing.
The whole lot of them. I'd bang them all out. I'd bang them all there, and I'd rest Diaz. Just give the lads their week off that they should have got off from the international break coming back and all that travelling. Just give them that week's break.
There's no reason. There's nothing in this game other than a few quid that you get for winning the game in Europa League, which is about a third of what you get for winning the Champions League game. We've won the group. We're not playing till March. Forget about it. The real game is Sunday. Let's be real. The real game's Sunday.
Yeah, and I mean, even after that, we've 3 home games coming up after this one, and it's United, and then as you said, see you over there, Jack, for that one, but I'm more for West Ham and Arsenal for both of them. So those 3 games are tough games in 1 week, especially when it comes to the cup and it comes to the league, and you're looking at an opportunity to spread a 4-point gap between yourselves and Arsenal in that game. It's a huge game, it's a massive game. So you would take it out. You'd want to be going for the gut in them, and you want to be winning it, not a draw. You'd want to go for it, and I expect nothing less from Liverpool. So rest of the guys this week, it's not important. This game is not important.
We could have been going into this game needing something, having to play a top team, having to play our best team, and then United coming on the Sunday. They play tomorrow night against Bayern Munich. That's another bloody story. That's another story. But you know what I mean. Luckily, we can.
And they have to win that. And they have to win that to get through, don't they?
What?
Yeah, they have to win.
They have to win that to get through.
Not even that. They have to do more than that. They have to win to have any chance. They have to hope that there's not a winner in the other game.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
Because they're hoping that it's a draw. They have to hope the other game's a draw. If any of the other teams win, they'll finish third if they beat Bayern Munich. And if they get beaten by Bayern Munich, they won't even get into the Europa League.
No, they won't.
The Germans will be wanting revenge for 99 anyway.
Do you know what? The worst thing that happened United was they got hammered the weekend by Munich 5-1.
Yeah.
They will not play a weakened team 2 games in a row against fucking... They could probably say, let's knock United out now. We won't be able to meet them further down the line, Yeah.
It's Harry Kane as well playing against the English side.
They'll go strong. Bayern Munich will go strong.
Yeah, if I'm Harry Kane, I've got a point to prove to United. The fact that they didn't come in for them. Not that I wouldn't have liked to have seen Harry Kane go to United, because would have won a lot more games for them anyway, because given the qualities. But yeah, it's exciting, chat. Obviously, let us know. Obviously, quickly go through some of the fixtures as well. So just looking at it, if we can get to January, it's a big, massive if, but if we can go undefeated, it'd be great. So we've got, obviously, on Thursday, Royal St. Gilloise. Royal Union. I'll just call it Royal Union. Liverpool versus United on Sunday. And then obviously the quarterfinal in the EFL Cup at home against West Ham. I'm hoping we go far in that competition, lads. Don't know how you lads feel. It's still a trophy at the end of the day. But I know we've said in the past where we've seen campaigns where the players have been absolutely on the feet. I don't know how you lads feel. Dave, are a big fan of the EFL Cup? I'd like us to go all the way, because the fact that Newcastle have knocked out United, knocked out City as well. And obviously, I think they're playing Chelsea, is it? Newcastle-Chelsea. So
yeah, we have a great chance. We get past West Ham. It's a double semi. This is the last year of the double semi.
Yeah.
The home and away semi. Next year, it'll only be a single semi in neutral ground.
Yeah.
First time ever in the League Cup, Milk Cup, Rumbelows Cup, whatever you want to call it. Data Systems Cup back in the 80s. But I mean, look, we beat West Ham won't be easy. West Ham will go through a rough time, but this will probably be an outlet for them at Anfield. We'll be sandwiched in between United and Arsenal. You know what I mean? West Ham will be the meat in the middle of that game. But go as far as you can. It's a trophy. It's a day out at Wembley. And a kickstart. You win that. It kickstarts your February, your March, your April. Takes a bit of pressure off as well. You've won something. You know what I mean?
Just makes them more hungry, would you say, Kev, as well, as Dave said? I think if you can get one in nice and early, I think that sets up the football club very
City
well.
always used to do it.
Oh, yeah.
City always used to do it.
Yeah. It already put you on a winning way. You're already winning trophies. The mindset is set in stone. You're ready to go. You're on the tracks. The train is taking off. You're chugging away. And everybody else has been left behind, So you're on one of those lovely Japanese trains, and everybody else is on a steam engine. So
I was going to say, Kev, you were on that whiskey last night, like you.
I was on the whiskey. That's why I'm feeling it today, man. That's why I'm thinking about half my words before I try and say them. So yeah, I was on the whiskey last night. But yeah, look, but like in fairness, like Sundays and Mondays are my Saturdays because of my job. You know what I mean? So that's just the way. That's my livelihood. But it's yeah. So even saying that, it's the games that are coming up as well at the same time. So when you're looking at it, Newcastle, who have been playing as well as they have been at the start of the season, are now missing good players, are now getting caught for injuries. They've now taken out City and United in it and are now looking weaker. So like they can start struggling in that competition now. You know, West Ham have dipped off. Like West Ham were on top form. They were like third in the league when we played them at Anfield, and we pretty much demolished them there, which was great. And we've got them coming up as well. So they'll want to push for the competition, but I can't see nothing else but us going through in that. And you know, I think Arsenal's still in it.
No,
Yes.
only Newcastle. Is Newcastle playing Chelsea? Is it?
Yeah, Newcastle, Chelsea, Everton first or something.
Yeah,
Everton, Fulham or something.
So you know, it's these tests are there coming up. Like, and you know what's going to happen with Newcastle and Chelsea, because both of them are on poor form and up and down. They're like yo-yos. You know, they're winning 1 week, losing the next 2 weeks, winning. You know, and I still think Newcastle will be there or thereabout for the top 4, top 5 at the end of the season, but they need to get their players back, and with some of their main guys missing out for quite a while, it's going to be hard. They might dip into the, as they say, the loan transfer market in January. They will be. So they'll come a bit. They'll come on a bit stronger come the second half of the season as well. So you know, you kind of want them to be in the mud right now, so that everybody else can kind of take advantage of it before they start pulling back that gap. Like, so, yeah.
I'd agree there, mate. I think if Liverpool can beat Newcastle, if we just focus on that game solely, I think if we can beat Newcastle, that more or less boxes up top 4. I know it's only January time, but that would be a massive point. Obviously, a little checkpoint. I think it would be like 10, 13 points ahead of them.
I think we got to slow down and do the Klopp trick and take it game by game, lads.
Yeah, but
I'm not even thinking. I'm thinking of United ahead of this game Thursday, because this game Thursday isn't really, relevant. I'm not saying relevant, but it's not that important. That's why I'm switching to United. But I'm not really even thinking about West Ham or Arsenal, to be fair.
It's the excitement, though, boys, isn't it? Pre-Jurgen Klopp, the joss of absolute tosh that we watched under Woy. What have you seen there, Kev?
Just listen to you when you're saying why. Yeah.
Why?
Why?
I don't know. Have you what did you think of that interview, Kev? The interview after the game.
Bit salty, wasn't it?
Yeah, I was going to say.
It was, but he's right, though. The game is dead. It's dying. The referees are killing the game. And I'll be quite honest, I totally agree with him. I think he's killing the game. I think that they need to start tweaking the VAR. VAR works. The people that are using it don't. And that's the problem. I always said you need to bring in third-party representatives from Hawkeye to be controlling this. I know they've already got a guy there, but he should be the one that's controlling everything, giving the final verdict, then asking a referee's opinion on what he thinks that is, and then passing on the information to the referee. It can be done a lot quicker. It really can. And also, I don't think that the VAR should be calling back referees for decisions. I think that if the referee makes the decision and it's that, then then they can review it after the decision has been properly made, but not like, if the referee missed something and continued on. Like the referee in that game with that penalty with Crystal Palace, he didn't say play on, he just carried on. There wasn't no nobody looked to him for anything. He just kind of looked back and kept running.
Guys, in the game the weekend at Palace, I mean, it took 1 minute and 45 seconds. The game was still being played. What if Liverpool would have scored?
It probably
ruled out the game.
The goal,
Think about how messy that would have been.
Yeah,
it's an idea.
Would have been messy now.
Yeah,
it's just mad.
Has to be a time frame.
Yeah, it has to be a time limit. You said there, Kev. Like it's like when could you imagine if that play went on for like 3-4 minutes? Like then you'd open up the whole kind of worms. Really, there's no at this moment in time after that Tottenham game. The laws should have been changed. Then should have been an emergency meeting for all the Premier League teams, management. The people running the FA's association as well, though, Dave. But hence is when you had comments from other managers in the Premier League going, "Oh, referees make mistakes," and then a couple of weeks later going, "Oh, these referees are absolute tosh." And it's funny, innit?
It's not even that. You know what it is, lads? The biggest thing I think of all this VAR thing, now, a lot of it works. I mean, I remember years ago, some of the goals that were not given that were goals. You know what I mean? Yeah. Where the ball was way over the line, they were never given. I remember 1 year ago, I think it was Spurs United, and the ball was cleared off the line. It was a meter over the fucking line, you know?
Yeah, that was Carroll, the goalkeeper, caught it over the line and then ran back.
Like like things like that. But the biggest thing is,
that's what goal line technology is for.
Yeah, but you know what the thing is? When the ball goes in the net, you don't react to a goal like you used to because you're expecting it to get pulled back. Yeah. There's a delayed reaction in the enjoyment of it. The enjoyment of scoring a goal, you're thinking, this is going to be pulled back. Or this is, what a goal, oh, let's wait for a minute. So it's a delayed reaction to the reaction of scoring. Like, and the biggest thing in football should be celebrating your team scoring a bloody goal. And if you can't react to it with instant joy rather than, you know, a varsicle type of thing.
Because you're like, yay.
It's crap. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's that's the worst part of it, I think.
Yeah, it is. It's destroying it.
Bloody rubbish, boys, innit? Sod var. It's about it, Ed. So nice.
I think if you had the choice, I think if you had the choice, I think everybody would just turn around and say, even though they were calling for, everybody was calling for VAR and some sort of technology to help with stupid decisions and stuff. Goal line technology works for goals. It should be left at that. I think that the VAR should be limited right back. I mean, look at the rugby. Unless the referee asks the VAR for something that he needs help with, then they don't get involved. You know, so if you look at it, because I mean, he said, "I'll go to that here. Can you check that there for me?" And that's what's happening. But if the referee's decision is there, and he should be able to second guess himself. The problem is as well, the referees have quite an ego on themselves in the football compared to the rugby. And if they could just get the humbleness that the rugby referees have, and you know they get no nonsense with the players. The players are very respectful in rugby. You know, if you can get the same kind of thing going in football, I think it'll make it a much better game. But the main thing is that VAR shouldn't have any say in anything unless they're asked, or unless it's a really serious foul play, or unless it's a really, you know, something like that. But not, like, if the referee lets it go and it's hard to call. It shouldn't be called back for certain decisions and stuff like that. It has to be for serious foul play, probably for offsides. You know, that's what they work. So it should only be kept to that. Let the referee have some sort of control over the game or some sort of influence in the game himself, and make it more natural. So what if we miss a couple of things? You know, and some of them might be serious, but you know,
that's what took away from the beauty of the game, though, Kev.
It is,
and everyone listening as well. You go to like family parties or you go to the pub after the game and you be fuming. And obviously we all want the active. Well, the problem is it's not the technology that's the issue. It's the absolute gang of muppets that are in charge of it and just don't know how to communicate effectively within their team. But moving on from that swiftly as well, lads, because I bloody hate the refs in this country anyway. There's one or two that I sound, but the rest of them, just as Kev alluded to, you lads. So, Dave, you've all got egos and you're all thinking.
And I don't think Madley had a bad game today. I think he called the game pretty well. You know, I mean, every decision that was made on bar the penalty decision would have been a penalty decision, which was a right call from the ref. It would have been a yellow card to Verge, you know, but also, you know, the VAR brought it back. So it's in those scenarios, then that's when you take a look at what happened before that. But it shouldn't be called, the game is still flowing and good. It shouldn't be called back for something that the referee missed. The referee misses it, misses it. VAR shouldn't pick up on it unless the referee asks or like holds it up and says, like, you know, I'm giving a free kick here. I think it might have been a free kick, and then he asks him to check. But I think it'll just take away
the football.
No, it will take away the farce of stopping the game for like 2 minutes after an incident has happened. So they're waiting the ball to go to play, or they're waiting for something else like that to happen. You know, it's ridiculous. It should be limited down a small bit and checked when asked.
It's when they actually say in the commentary when you're watching it or in the pub or whatnot, they're checking something on the commentary, and you're like, whoa. Like they're checking something, and one of the best decisions I've seen in the last couple of months is that Arsenal disallowed goal. I know a lot of Arsenal fans will be like, "Oh, it wasn't on ball," but it was. The referee give it as a foul. He's seeing it straight away. But big up there, Storm. Happy day, Storm in the teacup. Good morning, gents. I think you do watch over in India, mate, and obviously for your Tuesday morning, hopefully go and smash today, mate, or anyone watching on the repeat, go and smash your Tuesday. But big up there, Storm. Get to your last closing points as well from the be one in that live chat this evening. Barry, obviously Salah missing in January as well is a worry with Jota out too. Endo, as I was speaking to Ricky and Luke from the 1892 Reds TV this week, will be missing for the Asia Games as well. So that's another one. And this is why it plans into what we spoke about before. If you're just tuning in, make sure you rewind about DMs potentially for Liverpool in January. Yeah, it's just another one, another situation that we do need to make sure we do plan for, because as every Liverpool fan knows in the last couple of years, Liverpool's prioritising of certain transfers has been absolutely up the bloody wall, and there's been no planning.
The good thing about the Salah situation as well, Jack, is that it's coming at a time where we get that 2-week break.
Yeah.
Kind of coming in January as well, and I know there's probably a couple of cup games in there, so he mightn't have been playing anyway. So I think it's mainly 1 or 2 games to do, and he misses in that. It depends on how well Egypt do in the competition as well, So by the time Egypt could get knocked out, he could be already back, So hopefully we'll see. But no, Jota missing, Salah missing is not a good thing. It's also, you were saying about the Asia Games, is Endo going to that as well?
I don't know what date that is, but
we need a DM in there. We need a DM in there. Yeah.
But big up there as well. Panov, I will be happy if Panov saying in the live tonight. I will just be happy if we bring in at least 1 or maybe 2 or even 2 players in January to strengthen the squad, regardless of who they are, as long as they are experienced. And
Douglas Luiz, anybody?
Yeah, I'd love him. The fact that obviously the Villa midfielder, lads, he was.
Don't think Villa be selling anybody.
Yeah, I tell you what, and that just goes to show great recruitment from Villa. I loved them. I absolutely loved it. And it just goes to show. I think I seen a tweet today that they had a picture of Lampard and Gerrard, and then they had Unai Emery and obviously the other fellow, Sean Dyche, at Everton. Just goes to show that the squads that they had weren't bad. It just goes to show, Dave, how poor those 2 ex-players were.
Look at Everton. Yeah. I mean, they're bleeding flying at the moment. I know United beat them a few weeks ago, and they're both as bad as each other, but they're Everton to be grand. I knew when they got the 10-point thing as well. I had a feeling there's just too many teams below them that aren't great, that they'd be okay. But you still have to win the games. I mean, they were very good against Chelsea at the weekend. Yeah. And I thought they're coming up for us. That'd be a tough game for us as well, They're playing football.
It's one of them, mate, hopefully. Sorry, he's absolutely smashing the comments. That Gunner, Paul saying, that Gunner's game is going to get me nervous. Got us all nervous, mate. And the one frustrating thing is Ebu should have scored that. Last season, should have threw him the whole body.
I don't know what he was doing there. That's last season. Let's forget about that. As I say, I'm going to take it game by game, Jack. We'll worry about the game Thursday. I think that takes care of itself. United game's a big game, just basically for the fan base and everything. It's huge, We certainly want to beat them. We'll just keep rubbing it in while we can. Keep rubbing the salt in. The other games, West Ham and Arsenal take care of themselves. All the big games at Anfield take care of themselves. I wouldn't be worried about them. It's just what players we have available for those games is what would be my worry. That's all.
Yeah, 100%, mate. Quick question here for Paul, Kev. Anyone listening or on the live in the post-match, drink responsibly as well, of course. Do you prefer Scottish whiskey or Irish whiskey, Kev?
Irish whiskey all day. I do like a bit of Glenfiddich, but I prefer Irish whiskey all day long. Yeah.
Dave, do you drink whiskey?
I'm not a whiskey man at all.
It was my first time drinking whiskey in a year, but I used to partake of it for a while.
Heineken or Carlsberg does me, probably.
Yeah, there we go. So, Paul, what is your beverage of choice, my good sir?
I have a bit of chest infections. That's why I sat down last night and I said, you know what? I'll have a hot toddy without the hotness. And I just sat down and I threw a bit of ginger ale into a glass with a whiskey. And I said, oh, geez, that tastes nice. And then I kept going. And that was the problem there.
Yeah, pick up there, Callum. Obviously, Liverpool done agreements for Fulham. No, they haven't, mate. No, we believe in it. We're just discussing the potential link, the rumour, and as we are in Liverpool news channel.
It'd be a nice little Christmas present. It'd be a nice little Christmas present if it was true.
Yeah, hopefully announcements on the 1st of January and happy days. Big up for Andrew. Hello, lads. Big up, chat. Can't wait for Sunday with the new stand in full force. Hopefully Anfield will be rocking because every away team that will come to Anfield will fear us now with the new stand and the extra capacity as well. Andrew saying he'd take Palhinha in January as well. And as Barry said, can't beat a Diet Coke. No, you can't, mate. But Dave, please do shout out your socials, please, mate, and where everyone can find you.
Well, I'm back. I'm back. I've been away for a while doing loads of shorts and doing loads of things like that, but I'll be back doing lots more live shows and stuff. It's Dave's LFC Chats, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram Live.
Happy days, mate. So make sure you do head over, and anyone listening or watching, absolute legend. Massive thank you for taking the time out this evening to jump on. And Kev, please, as always, thank you for coming on again. And just shout out where everyone can find you, please, lads.
Yeah, lads, you'll find me for the football at Spider LFC on YouTube, also on Facebook, and you'll find me on TikTok as well. For the gaming side of things, which I'm always at, you'll find me at Irish Spider Guy on Twitch and on YouTube, and you'll find me at Spider on Facebook.
Happy days. So please, everyone, if you are watching or listening on the live or on the podcast forums, please do head over, show the lads your love and support as well. We're all one big, massive family. Everyone's producing amazing content, as always, on the Liverpool scene. And it's an exciting time to be a Red. But obviously, going into Thursday night's game, hopefully the young lads do as proud. I know they will do. And it's all a big, massive, amazing experience for the young lads. And a couple of the young, youthful, senior players now, obviously, like Jones, Quansah as well. But massive thank you, Dave, for popping on. And obviously, quickly rattling off the last couple of comments. If anyone just from Paul, if anyone has a cough, they can have a glass of Dramby. It's a cure.
Drambuie. Yeah.
Drambuie. There we go. So,
that's what I have. Right now. If I can find a bit of Drambuie, I would. Yeah.
There we go. Nice one, lads. No, massive thank you to every single one of you as well. Kev, everyone listening, absolute legends. We'll see you tomorrow at a similar time, and you'll never walk alone. Ta-da.